Start recording. Alright, welcome to the brand new series, cause boy,
here we are.
Here we are doing what we do best, especially Calum, and that is judging things.
Okay, I was like, where is this
I
going?
gotta move my phone over a little bit, because I keep looking over at you, it's weird. But
yeah, I'm looking at you, but whatever. They're over there.
So, judging, especially Calum,
yes,
we're
I do
good
that
at it.
quite a lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is brand new territory for us.
Yes,
So that's
face
exciting.
cam video. We've never used our faces before in a
I know.
CastPod video, which is why I
So it's a
spent
good thing we really dressed up and prepared for this,
I
huh?
spent 5 minutes looking for a hat because
Yeah,
my hair is just nuts.
I did not shave, shower, nothing. Didn't even do my hair. I just got a hat and some clothes, and here we are. But yeah,
Wait,
so
that's
this
what I
isn't
did.
well, perfect. We have the same routine. This is not a new concept.
No,
We're making tier lists of random stuff that we like and find interesting. So,
but
if you don't know what that is, then I don't know what to tell you.
YouTube a better video than ours.
Yeah, we're ranking things.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we have a very specific thing that we're ranking, and that is My Hero Academia. So, if you have no idea what that is, it's an anime. And there goes 95% of our viewership.
Out of our, I think, a whopping 10 subscribers.
Yep, they're all gone.
Oh no. All gone. Except
But it's
for
fine.
Danny.
Yes, maybe Danny will watch, even though he doesn't really do anime, but whatever. So Kevin, would you like to explain the tiers that we've made? We have custom tiers for this.
Yes. The custom tiers we accidentally established 5 seconds ago. So we have the trash tier, where
Trash.
it's like, why even bother showing up? We
Mm-hmm.
have what we're going to call the recyclables, where it's slightly better than trash. Like, we understand why you showed up, but you didn't get invited anyway.
Yeah.
Then we got the Joe tier, which is the average Joe Schmo. It's there.
Yeah, yeah.
Then the alright, where it's
Alright.
like, you can have an argument made for you.
Mm-hmm. It's alright.
It's alright. Yeah. And then there's like the good tier.
Good?
Yeah. Gotta have that question mark because we're not 100% sure if it's good.
Or it's like me.
Yeah. And then there's the just like.
Just like, it's just they're like,
They're like they're like the best option.
Yeah.
And then the CastPod official number 1 is gonna be the last thing we rank, and it's gonna be something from the just like tier.
The best of the best.
And it will be the best. Oh, the cream of the crop, brother. And it will be basically like the gobbledygooker, where
The gobbledygooker tier, yeah.
Yep. That's what we should change it to. Where if we could have one thing to be our mascot, it would be that.
It would be the gobbledygooker.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's going to be pretty much the style for all of these tiers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, today we're doing specifically an anime that Kevin and I both watch, which is My Hero Academia.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend checking it out, even if you're not really into anime or whatever. It's just a good show.
It's a good show.
So we have here the students of Class 1A, basically
The
My Hero
protagonist.
Academia. It's a world of people where like 85% of people have superpowers, of varying, like it could be literally anything. And this Class 1A is a class of students that are practicing learning how to become pro heroes and use their powers properly. And this class is supposed to be like the highest of all classes, like the best of the best. But they're not all that great. There are some that are like crazy, insanely powerful, and there are others that's like, I have no idea how you made it this far.
Now,
And we'll
something
figure out who those are in a second. But yes, please.
something I love about this show is everybody has nerfs,
Yes, that's
which
true.
is awesome because
Not
usually it's like
everybody.
there will be someone that does super good,
Hmm.
and it's like, cool, I'm the protagonist, I have no weaknesses. Look at me beat everyone. If I lost one fight, I'll refight them and win.
Yeah,
Ash
that's
Ketchum,
true.
everybody.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, everybody has their own interesting drawbacks. So like no power usually is like too strong. There's
Hmm.
always something that like
That keeps him down.
that holds him back. Yeah. So we'll go through some of those. I think we'll probably explain them
A
per
little bit.
person, just to give people an idea of why we rank them the way we do. So let's get started, shall we?
Alright, take it away.
So the first one we have is Danki Kaminari, the blonde boy. His
Hmm.
power is electricity. He can discharge really high volts of electricity. However, if it goes too high, he will short circuit his brain and he becomes really dumb.
Yep. Well, he always also gives a thumbs up too. He's like,
He does. He's always like, yeah. The default
the
class
default.
for your brain, apparently. It's just
So,
thumbs up.
so one of my favorite things is that they just have him like always charging phones and stuff like that too. Like when they're lounging,
Yeah,
he
that's true. He's
charges
just like,
everyone's phones.
it's a very useful power.
Yeah, so I would say he's already above trash.
Yeah, he has something that has multiple uses,
Mhm.
like just in daily life and as a hero. So that's pretty cool.
Now, like, because he hasn't really had so much time to shine. Like,
True.
the training ground arc, like
Hmm.
or when the invasion of the training ground arc
Yeah.
with Agent 13, it's like he has quite a moment where he's actually able to show off like pretty well.
Hmm. No,
But
that's true.
I would
The
say that's his like
other
shining
characters,
moment.
yeah, other characters have had more chances to kind of develop and like do more,
Hmm.
um, like kind of expand on what their powers can do. He really hasn't had that chance, but like we've still seen it's can be pretty powerful when he wants it to
Hmm.
be. Like whether he just goes full electricity explosion and just like short
Short
circuits
circuits everything.
everybody in the near vicinity, but also himself. But then also when he gets like some suit upgrades and he can control his electricity because that's another thing. A drawback is without proper like gear,
Yeah,
he can't control the electricity. He
it
just
just
kind of
goes
like
out.
puts it out. Yeah, I'm glad we
He
made the
puts out
same motion at
and
the same time. But yeah, he can't just go like zip. It just kind of goes out. So if he has the right tools, then he can like shoot it in one direction. So I don't know if we're taking that into account.
I would
If we're
say
just
let's
gonna
take
assume.
that into consideration, like
Okay.
tool wise, because like you can get some pretty cool tools easily that make everything like you can buff yourself basically.
I would say for ranking, he would be good. I think that's my vote
I'm in
because like,
between good and
and
alright.
all right, I think electricity is just a really powerful power
Hmm. But he
because
also
like
has like such little control over it.
that's true. But like if he really needs to, he can just go bah, and just
That's
like
true. Just
yeah,
short circuit everyone, including
yeah,
himself.
yes. So that's a problem if
Yeah.
somebody's like immune to it like that one time. But
Hmm.
for the most part, like if he's backed into a corner, then he's just like, well, I'm just gonna explode now.
He's like an electrode.
He's literally an electrode.
Hear me out, meme Pokemon. We'll make that a list.
Perfect. I'm down
We'll
for
get
that.
Tom to guest in it too.
So I
All
don't
right,
know. I'm
that's a
thinking I'm
pretty good
thinking
argument for good, though.
I think he's pretty
The
good.
fact that he can
Cool.
just backed into a
Yeah,
corner.
he's got that like final blast if he's
Hmm.
really in trouble. So the next one
Yeah,
we have is Ejiro Kirishima. So Kirishima's actually been spotlighted in the
very
latest season.
much. Yes.
He's had time to shine.
So his ability is basically he can harden his skin or his entire body. No, it's his entire body.
Is his entire body, yeah, it
Yeah.
gets all like rock. basically.
Mhm.
I mean, he doesn't turn into a rock person, but basically,
Yeah.
his skin gets that hard,
So
and probably harder actually, because he fought a guy that can also turn himself into steel, and he broke
my
him.
man, Tetsu Tetsu Tetsu
Tetsu,
Tetsu.
tetsu, tetsu, tetsu.
The best name in anime
It is great. And don't you think it's funny that like his voice actor
is
also
Gajeel,
plays Gajeel, and it's just like, is that
the
just
Iron
his?
Dragon Slayer in Fairy Tale.
Is just he does characters that turn into metal.
That's it.
That's his type.
I want to look into him a little bit more, and we'll see
Yeah,
if we can just make a list of characters that can turn into metal voiced by the same person.
I think it would be pretty good. But yeah, so Kirishima got his spotlight in the latest season where he like advanced and then
Hmm.
advanced again.
Yeah,
Because like before
he like
we went through his
Super
background,
Saiyaned.
he literally did. Yeah, he went beyond his limits.
Hmm.
Before we went through his whole backstory where like initially his power kind of sucked. He could be like slightly tougher, but like
Hmm.
not that much, and he could only do it on like part of his body. So it was
Yeah.
like it wasn't that great. You're like, oh, you're kind of stronger than normal skin, but that's nothing. But he advanced it, and then there was a thing where he couldn't completely harden himself because it would slow him down,
Hmm.
and also just like take stamina. Because what I think his power is, it's like he's flexing, you
Yeah.
know.
I
Like so
think.
when he toughens up, he's just like, "Urgh,"
Yeah,
but then you can't really do much.
but he also has been doing a lot of moving and stuff with it. Like,
Yeah. No, recently,
yeah,
he's
recently, but originally, yeah, you're
like
right.
bypass that. But yeah, originally like he could only do like his arms, and then like he would if he was gonna get hit in the stomach, he would harden his stomach. So it's like
Hmm.
kind of just you like
Yeah,
flex and become rock, kind of.
I think a big like campaigning moment for him as well is where they go through his backstory as well, like to see like how like who was before he joined
Right.
the Hero Academia,
Hmm. Oh,
and
I have a question. I probably should ask this before the first one.
yes,
But are we judging them purely on their power? How like cool of a character they are? Like
um, I would say that
just general opinion of them?
power is about I would say 75%
Okay.
of what we're going off of,
But then the
but
character
the
themselves like
character
adds in a little
themselves
bit.
adds in like has a major impact. So like
Gotcha.
if it's like um, someone later down the list and it's just like their power, it's like if their power is like really good, so that would have like a 75 out of 100. But if their personality is just trash, like
Hmm.
we can 100% go into the negatives and be like, all right, negative 25.
Cool. All right. Well, with that in mind,
Mm-hmm.
Kirishima's a pretty cool character. He's got an interesting power that now he can harden himself like super duper
Yeah.
strong, and like basically he can't like block any attack, but like he's pretty darn tough and like can put out a lot of damage as well. Um, it's a pretty good power,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say.
I'm gonna just throw in this to definitely confirm his spot in
Hmm.
just alike category.
Yeah.
He's always using his power on his hair.
All right. That's yep. There we go.
That's the funniest part about him is like you'll just see him like when they do the flashback or like they're all just lounging around, his hair will be all just down. But
Yeah, it's all
all the other
floppy.
time he's just like it's just straight up. So he's constantly using his power for his hair.
That's true. If you look, he's got all those little spikes going on.
Hmm.
And that's funny because I remember from that episode where he changed his hair, like he dyed it and then made it all spiky.
Yeah.
And then the person who knew him before was like, I'm not going to tell anybody your secret. But
I'm not a
literally, his
snitch.
secret is just that he dyed his hair and he
He
makes it
keeps it
spiky.
spiky.
But yeah, I'd say he's just like, because
Oh yeah.
that's a cool power. He's like the thing, but like he can revert back.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's pretty good. And he's a great character. I
Hmm.
very much like him.
Big fan.
Next, Fumikage Tokoyami, the bird boy.
Hmm.
So Bird Boy over here, other than the fact that he looks like a bird, because I think he actually is a
I
bird.
think that was part of his quirk.
Yeah. Um, he can create this shadow bird thing that comes out of his stomach, and the strength of this shadow depends on the darkness of the environment he's in. So like at night, it's unreasonably strong, but like to a point where he can't even control it. But when it's really light out, it's like weak to light based powers and the sun and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But he can like
But he has
control, he can
better
stretch it pretty
control
far.
of it.
Yeah, he has better control of it. But it's basically, it's like a, I don't want to reference another anime, but it's like a JoJo stand.
I was thinking kind of
Um,
like a Naruto with the fox.
I
Like,
yeah, also that.
yeah.
But like it's he makes like a clone of himself, basically,
Hmm.
like a stronger one that comes out and can do all sorts of things.
Yeah. So it's like, it's pretty interesting too because, like, they go for a part where he, like, loses control of his
Hmm.
quirk a little bit there. So it's like that's showing how he takes care of, like, I'm saying like so many times.
Like.
Like this video. Um,
Hmm.
but it shows he's out. He doesn't have full control. That's what's keeping him in check.
Yes. Although I will say that throughout the show, they mention that he is like, even though his power doesn't seem that crazy talking about it, they say he's like
He's
one of
one
the
of the strongest in
strongest
the class.
students in the class. And it's true because like he uses it really well.
Hmm.
Like he not only is the power like surprisingly strong,
But he has
he
good control over it in, like,
yeah, he's really smart
daytime.
and like plans stuff and he's just, he knows how to use it basically.
Hmm.
And if we factor in his like nighttime mode where it's like unstoppable, if he
Yeah,
could control that,
he would
a
be
he could be
insane.
like the strongest of them all,
Hmm.
basically.
Easily top 10 hero, without a
Yeah.
doubt.
So I think pretty easy placement, just like honestly.
Hmm. I mean, we said it so many times during talking about it.
I just like like
Yeah, like, you ever had a dream that, like, you
that
could.
like you wish you could.
We need to do that when Tom's on. He hates it,
Yes,
right?
we do. We will. Um, so next we have
Also,
Hantasero.
before we go,
Yes, of course.
Tokoyami, when they're
Yeah.
talking about making themselves better,
Hmm.
his idea is pretty nuts where he just puts the dark shadow over himself,
Yeah, he
like
makes it like a suit.
armor.
Yeah, like a mecha shadow man,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool. And
Right.
he likes to hide in the dark. That whole time when he's training himself, he
He's
just gets saying
in a cave.
revelry in the dark. And he was just
He's
like screaming.
it's probably one of my favorite parts.
So
Also,
now
witty
now we
banter
have
too
he does have witty banter.
from Dark
He's one of my
Shadow.
favorite characters. Um, but
He,
Hantasero,
mhm.
we're on to Tape Man. This guy,
His quirk's called Cellophane, I think. No, that's his hero name.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He has tape. That
That
is his power.
shoots out of his arm. Not even his arms, his elbows.
His elbows. So his elbows that look like weird, like cardboard rolls. They're
Hmm.
like they're just weird, and they shoot tape. They just shoot tape out of them.
I don't know if this is an argument for or against him, but they
Hmm.
design their own hero costumes
Yes,
and give themselves names, which I think
yes,
is why his name. I think his hero name is Cellophane,
pretty sure. Yeah,
but his helmet that he has is a tape dispenser.
it literally is. Yeah, and honestly, it looks kind of cool. I
It
kind
looks
of like
kind
it.
of cool, but he's just really going off this one thing.
I mean, it's
Tape.
all he's got. It's literally all he has. Um, but I think the best, like, to describe him in the best way would be like he's like a less cool Spider-Man.
He's like web slinging only Spider Man.
That's true. If
But
Spider-Man
instead of going
didn't
like
have,
this, he's like, "Arr."
yeah, it goes like this. If Spider-Man didn't have like super strength, spider sense, uh,
Ability to walk
super,
on his
super,
webs.
oh yeah, like walk on walls and do stuff like that.
He can't
If
walk on
he,
his tape, I think.
I don't think so. If he could literally just shoot webs,
Mhm.
that's what Hontasero is.
Yeah.
But he uses it well.
He does use it pretty well. I like his training of just him standing there like this.
You just
Just
see how
shoots.
long he can shoot tape out of his elbows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, Although I feel like it's not super useful.
Probably not, but I feel like this is secretly a good power because just like purely from what we've seen in the show,
Hmm.
like when we've seen him use it, he uses it super well.
He does.
Like he won that one race in like a training course because he just went whoop 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 and like swung through,
Yeah.
made it to the end. When he was fighting one of the strongest characters who we'll get to later,
Hmm.
Todoroki, he almost won that, and you could say that like maybe not because like Todoroki might not have really been trying in the beginning,
Yeah.
but like to anybody else, he probably would have won that, you know,
All
because like
right.
how quickly he was like shot the tape out, wrapped him around, and then chucked him out of the ring.
Yeah. That's
Like if it
definitely.
wasn't for Todoroki being OP, like that might have like been an insta win for him.
I think in the very quick game,
Hmm.
and especially like ambush style, he is on the top end of having an advantage.
I'd say he is either Joe or Alright.
I kind of want to say Joe because if he doesn't get that sneak attack
Hmm.
and he doesn't outspeed his opponent,
Yeah.
he's done pretty much.
I guess that's fair.
He
All right,
doesn't
we'll
have an
put it. Yeah,
advantage.
we'll put him in Joe. Next, we have Izuku Midoriya.
Is that
Next,
main
we have
protagonist? Hold on, he's not fully trash.
no, he's not. No, he's not. But yeah, he is. So he's the protagonist. He's the main protagonist of the entire show, and his power is OP,
Very
but
much
he
is
is
not.
not. So would you like to
Yeah.
go into that?
So his power he got from the number one hero of all time, All Might,
That's right.
and he's it's pretty much just super strength right now. I feel like there's more elements that haven't been added yet. Is that true?
Yeah. So, did you finish the latest season?
I'm not yet. I'm following the
Okay.
dubbed because I don't want to
I will
read.
avoid spoilers because there's some other stuff that goes into this. But anyways, his power. It is a power that is passed on like through generations.
Hmm.
Um,
It's like
that is
reincarnated.
yeah, like you like one person can say you will have my power, and then you they pass it on to whoever they choose.
Hmm.
Um, and it's technically a power stockpiling ability. So like all of the strength of the previous person gets passed on to the next person.
Hmm.
So because the previous person was like unbelievably strong and that was his thing, it was like it's super strength but like to an incredible degree.
Yeah.
Like they if they punch the air, they send like shockwaves through the air that's strong enough to like blow up a building, and that's just like the shockwave, not the punch itself. And like they can, it's like the Hulk, I
Hmm.
guess, would be the best way to do it, but without the turning into a monster and being dumb.
Yeah.
It's just like unlimited strength, basically. But you have to be strong in order to use it.
That's true.
So the problem is that our main character, Midoriya, is a wimpy little high school boy.
Hmm.
So when he uses it, he breaks himself. Like literally,
All the time.
his bones just shatter every time he uses it
Hmm.
because he's using like 100% of the power
Hmm.
in each movement, and his body can't handle that much like
Yeah.
pressure and strength. Um,
So I was gonna say that definitely puts him down at least like he can't get into the just like
yeah,
because
no, he can't.
he's
Even
not
though he's like one of the strongest people in the class now,
and easily
he's
can be
still
stronger. but
Yeah.
he was still so nerfed.
Yeah, he was really bad in the beginning. Literally any attack, no matter what he did, instantly broke whatever he used.
The best
If he
is his first attacks of the series were just him flicking and breaking
Yeah,
all of his fingers.
every time he did it, breaks a finger, breaks a
Ah.
finger, breaks a finger. And it's like the first time he ever even used the thing is when he jumped and punched a thing, and instantly both his legs
And
and the
his
one
arm
arm were broken.
decimated.
So he was just flying through the air with three floppy limbs, and it was like, great. now what? And he's damaged himself like
Way too
almost
much.
permanently.
Yeah.
So
I would say he's alright.
yeah, I would also agree that he's all right. Um,
So
like I
now,
said, he gets better. He learns how to control
yeah,
it for a bit. He still breaks himself, and then with the new season, and like spoilers from the story in the manga, he becomes crazy. But we won't get into that because
yeah.
that's spoilers.
Alright, now, question for you, Calum, is we're
Yes.
26 minutes in. Do we want to make them shorter episodes and then have like multiple parts? So, like, we'll do this will be one part, and then a couple days later, we'll release a second part. I mean, this is going to be cut out from the
Right,
recording
right,
anyway.
right.
That way, we keep them shorter, like videos, as opposed to the long CastPod style.
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, so we'll call that part one,
Yes.
and we'll have it abruptly cut.
Perfect.
We'll put in a little title
Perfect.
screen saying like "ended."
Perfect. All
Part
right.
two
Yeah, I'm
coming
down with that.
soon. All right,
I am down with that.
and then we'll keep them shorter.